She was like, we should just make this a real thing. And I was just like,
okay.
How can I make this a real thing? No place is going to rent to me for being a studio.
Is it possible to build a big city business in a small town? We're talking to Vante Anderson today, who built a production company, recording studio. He's a hip-hop artist in a small town in Wyoming. We're going to hear his secret to making that work, which seems impossible.
Yeah.
I am Toby Lyles, and this is my esteemed son,
Maverick Lyles. Yeah, we have that. We also have our newsletter, which is pretty exciting. We just our thoughts on the podcast as well as some fun stories. If you haven't checked it out, that's votw.substack.com, where we dive into some pretty fun stuff. We have Vante Anderson on today, which super cool guy, and I really enjoyed him. And we have the interesting story of how exactly do you move from your bedroom making music to making a whole studio. So that's today.
Hi, my name is Vante Anderson. I'm the owner of Wyoming Wave Studios. I record here at the studio, whether it be audio, music, video. We also do all kinds of audio production. So if you're trying to do a show or have loud music, live music, we have the PA system in the stage to kind of provide all of that for your show.
That's cool. Okay, so we're sitting in your beautiful studio.
Thank you.
But at some point, going all the way back, you liked music.
Loved it.
Love music. Or were you that 5-year-old dancing, or what does this look like?
I'm turning on random songs from Nelly Furtado to Justin Timberlake and Tupac. I'm asking my mom to turn up the radio all the time just because I love music. I want to hear it. I want to laugh. I want to feel the music. I want to be a part of the music so bad. You have to turn it up. And she's like, well, let's get you into some music classes. Got me a xylophone, learn how to play Rugrats.
I think it's awesome that a xylophone came first.
Xylophone. I mean, it's a beginner's piano if you really want to think about it. And it probably annoyed her when I didn't know what I was playing some of the times. But at the same time, I'm sure she appreciated her good idea and what it's come to this day. So got to give her all the credit.
Yeah. Shout out to Mom.
Big shout out to Mom, the dude. So,
when was the first time you did a show that all the family came to? Very exciting.
Chris Webby. I did some open mics and whatnot from Casper and Fort Collins, but my first actual show where they gave me tickets to sell and maybe make some money off of it was a Chris Webby show about 8 years ago, and then shows just slowly got more bigger and bigger and bigger.
And did you get when you first started doing shows? Did you get on because you'd just been doing a bunch of open mics? And
well, I was just looking for people who were throwing shows and needed opening hip hop acts and wanted me to sell tickets and get people in the door. Like, if I sell 20 tickets, that's a few more tickets than what other people are selling. So that's going to give me a good slot on this show. And then I can kind of showcase what I've got. And if people like it, then I pick up more fans. I pick up more listeners. If the promoter likes it, they're going to hit me up next time they have another show. And that's kind of how it just keeps going. I see it, and one of my friends, Wentz, right now, who's a younger individual here in Cheyenne who's doing great things. I can't wait to see what he does because he has that same type of grind. And it's at a much younger age. I think he's 3-4 years younger than when I started. So I'm just I'm rooting for him and hoping to see what he can do off of it. He's done so much already. So,
why did you take music seriously when somebody else is telling you, go get a job? I mean, you're essentially starting an entrepreneurial endeavor at that point.
Well, a lot of people enjoyed it. I would go to parties, and my friend Tyler, who would play guitar, would just play riffs off his guitar, and he would sing, and then he would leave a break for me to freestyle, and people would just, oh my God, that was so sick, and eat it up, and I'm just like, all right, so obviously there's some sort of enjoyment in some of the music that we create, even if it's on the fly, you know what I mean? Or just like improvisation. I just want to be able to create that feeling and people can enjoy it, whether it be live or it just be a recording, you know? So now that I have the opportunity to capitalize on both, why not try and do it as much as you can? And some of it pays, over time, or some of it pays instantly, whether it be that show that you sold tickets on and you instantly make that $200 or whatnot on, or you record a song and over a few years you get $100 or a couple $100 off of that song. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a grind, but there's multiple grinds. You can get T-shirts made and hats and brands, all your branding. Yeah, you get that ready and put that to sell and promote. And not only are you promoting yourself, you're also putting extra dollars in your pocket. So there's just, I don't know. My first job was in the restaurant industry, and I've always wanted to service people, but I feel like you had to have a hustle to kind of service people. They wanted their drinks like that. They didn't want their drinks later. You had to anticipate they're going to be out of a drink or whatnot. So it was your job to be on time or have that kind of grind or pep in your step to make sure everything's delivered properly. So
you're saying that the service you provided in the restaurant industry carries over to how you do music, how you treat folks that you meet?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are just wanting to be, it's more like your service or the way you want to like cater to your customer. You know what I mean? People aren't going to want to come to a studio if you don't care about their mix or you don't care about what they think. And if you try and make something, by me being that engineer, I want you to leave happy when you leave the studio. I want you to be able to tell your friends about what you just recorded. I want you to post your music online. That means a lot to me more than anything else. I want to see other people shine. It's not just with my work on it. With or without me, I want to see you shine. It's just more of a fact, like, if we're working together, I'm most definitely going to push you to those further heights or get you to where you want to be satisfied by the end of your visit. So
Oh, I like that because you're saying that you're not just. It can an easy trap for especially a new musician or business person is to say, "Hey, come look at my product. Come see my show," and that's clearly marketing. We need to do that. But you're saying, "I'm going to make good music for the fans." Right? I'm serving somebody here. I'm here for you. You're not here for me.
The artists, most
or
definitely.
the artists that are coming to you, right? Same thing. You're there for them. Yeah, super big mindset.
Yeah,
that's good. Right now, you're a musician here in the story. I can see a kind of a natural path towards engineering and a studio. Was it that easy? Was it just like you just brought some gear because you help people, or
it was not easy because every piece of gear that I bought, I had to learn, and eventually I started figuring out like, hey, the more you spend, the more you're going to have to learn stuff. Slow down and start learning everything that you have, whether it be your EQs, your analog compressors, your new $900 plug-in, whatever it is, you know, learn how to use it before actually thinking you can use it.
So what time from musician to engineer, studio, where did that transition happen?
As soon as I got into the studio, I there should be more value out of my studio than just.
So you just were a musician and you had a space, and so you're like, now I've got a space.
Well, I had a.
I mean, you got to fund the space.
So I started off my space in my 2-bedroom house. I eventually got with my girlfriend Rochelle, love you girl. And her son, Caden, moved in, and the only way they could move in is if I got a space for my studio. So she was like, we should just make this a real thing. And I was just like,
okay,
how can I make this a real thing? No place is going to rent to me for being a studio. And she's like, well, look around. And I ended up paying an agent to find this space. And then I met Corey Love you, Corey.
Yeah.
And she was able to let me rent this space from her.
Oh, it's killer. You found a good spot. So you're working out of your spare bedroom.
Yeah, I was working out a spare bedroom.
This is how we do this.
Yeah.
So, how did you get? Were you making money out of your spare bedroom?
Here and there, but I was working in asphalt. We would pour asphalt or certain sands.
You got a day job?
Yeah, I had a job where I was working, I would say 12. So I was working 12, I would work 5 12s. So I had 60 hours and I was just stacking up over time. Kept stacking. I'd have shows on the side, or I would have merchandise I would constantly buy and sell, whether it be CDs or sweaters or T-shirts, just always trying to figure out some way to keep this money going with the music or my brand.
So were you trying to were you buying equipment with your full-time job?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you're like using your job, you're buying studio gear. Why did you want to set up a studio? Was it just for you to record? Did you come into it with this vision of, I'm going to do a studio?
No, I just I needed to know the basics. I needed to know what I wanted. I wanted to know what my sound was like, and I couldn't really understand that without the equipment.
So you're buying equipment because you knew you wanted to make music with that equipment?
Yeah, I did, or I wanted to learn how to record, or I wanted to be able to like be a part of it in any shape, for hands or form.
Okay.
Like if I had to wait, or say if I got off a 12-hour shift and I didn't want to drive to Colorado and I wanted to record my verse that I worked on at work all day, sitting in the truck pouring sand, I want to record right then and there.
You got to strike when the mood's right. Yeah. It's kind of our on this podcast we talk about voices on it when we talk about catching that idea, the verse, when it hits, and you have to steward that, you have to honor that. You're laying asphalt, but you love music. Has got to have felt.
Hey, well, it sucked.
How was that?
It sucks. Like, okay, so we had to like pour it into like train cars. So there was like a certain amount of asphalt we had to pour on each train car, and it would weigh, and there would be a scale at the bottom to tell you how much it was. Or there'd be a line in the trail car that you would fill it up to. If you overfilled the line, asphalt would bubble. This is like steaming hot asphalt. It would bubble and pop out. And one time it had like popped out and hit me on my face, and my whole face like scabbed up. Like, and then sometimes it would get on your arms and whatnot and just peel your skin. So I was just like, man, I can't wait to get done with this job and go do something else. It was motivating to like stop working jobs that I wasn't happy for or wanted to do and do something that I actually love. You know what I mean? So
did it drive you? So it drove you closer to music?
Oh yeah, no, I was,
and not
like,
just music, but the business of music.
Well, yeah,
right?
Just the understanding like of what I needed to do, or what equipment is like really needed to have a well-placed studio, or what I need to make sure I'm sounding good by the end of the day. If I can make sure I'm sounding good, I'm pretty sure I can make sure everyone in Cheyenne sounds good by the end of the day. So
do you think it helped you take it from, it doesn't sound like it was a hobby. You were definitely serious about music before, but did it take it that next level from like, I don't know, more professional, more intensity towards, I need to find a financial model to make this work. I want music to be my job.
Well, I think about like the 8 Mile movie of how he was working and like he hated his job, like, and he obviously wanted to do something else, but didn't do it right then and there. And I'm just like, I don't need to be. They start laying us off and rehiring us and laying us off. And I'm just like, I don't need to do this anymore. I could find something else to do. So it was a lot of stacking up beforehand, but in a lot of investing to see like what was needed, what I could provide, and where I wanted to be. Because a lot of the investment plans is like, cool, I can throw a show, but it's going to take a little bit of money to get there. So let's put a little bit of money to the side and see what we can do all right, let's see what the profits are off of this show. Cool, we have profits to do another show. Let's put the base down for another show and then put the profits up for another show and kind of divide and conquer. The hustle just divides and conquers, whether it be from merch, pre-investments. So like how much overtime you're working, 60 hours a week, all year, holiday pay. They give you time and a half for holiday pay. I work holidays. Man, I just wanted to get to it, and owning a studio was like, I don't know. I didn't think it was become a reality until I found a spot, and then once I found a spot, then the reality set in.
What was it like financially when you made that shift? Now you've got to pay rent every month.
It was tough right off the start because you have a whole bunch of people saying, oh, they'll get you back, or they're going to show up for a studio session and don't show up. And then you're twiddling your thumbs. And then you got people who will come in and like you'll hit them up and say, hey, are you going to pay for your session or anything? And then they ghost you. Or it's very stressful trying to figure out like the whole protocol of how to organize things. That's where deposits come into play. Like, people ask me, why are you always charging for a deposit or anything? And I'm just like, well, I don't know if you're going to show up. I've never booked you before or anything, and my time is valuable. So if you decide to like not come, that $50 is there. But that's going to force you to have to show up to the studio instead of, and then until that 50 is booked, I don't believe you're showing up. So then it kind of helps me financially and psychologically. I just don't want to have to deal with any of the stuff that a studio owner shouldn't have to deal with. So it was those learning experiences, learning that there are people that will lie to you. There are people that will tell you they're going to pay you and they won't pay you, or any of it. Those things happen in this type of business, but you have to be able to protect yourself as a business as well by the end of the day.
You're so good with people. You're great to hang around, and from what I see, you're very well connected. And I'm also hearing this. You just keep on talking about this hustle, and I'm kind of hearing them woven in. Not that you're hustling people, not at all, but like you're very good at connecting with people and maybe getting them what they want. I'm not sure. I just wanted you to talk about how as you've grown your business, because you had to have people when you transferred from bedroom to studio. Tell me about that. Wow, did you like text everybody 1,000 times?
No, how would I say that? I let it be known I was getting ready to start a studio. I never said when I was, but a lot of people said, go ahead, you should do it. You most definitely should do it.
Did you have any pre-sales? Did you have 5, 10 people who were like, hey, when you get it, I've got an album I need to.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I've had a few people say I have a song that I want to come record or anything. Just I want to be one of your first customers. I've had a couple of those, most definitely.
But you didn't have this long line of people before you took the leap.
I wouldn't say even now. I wouldn't say it's the longest line, but it's still a decent amount of people that can not just take care of the studio, but what the studio can bring in the future. You know what I mean? So I don't need 100 different acts. I just need a few good artists that want to make good music, by the end of the day. And I broadened my horizon. I started off mixing hip hop. That's all I mix. Yeah. Now I mix everything. So,
nice.
You bring a mariachi man in here, I'm gonna mix them.
Yeah.
You bring me a rock band, I'm gonna mix them. You bring me some hip hop, I'm gonna mix them. You bring me a country singer, I'm gonna mix them. I don't want to limit my avenue to recording. Why just limit it to one genre when there's so many genres now to this day?
That also means you need to be connected to the mariachis, to the country,
That's
to
cool.
the whatever.
That's cool.
Which is a social, which is a marketing play or a social play. How are you doing that? How are you? Are you like hanging out with these folks?
Just talk to them.
How
Shows.
you make your initial connections? How are you?
I'll open mic is a great place to make a lot of the connections. I get to meet some of Cheyenne's best acts. A lot of Cheyenne's acts that I've met have came through open mic.
And did you start the open mic with Blue Raven?
With the Blue Raven, yes. Michelle and Rick from the Blue Raven had reached out, and we started doing open mic almost every week. And then we start slowing it down to every other week, and then we did it once a month. And then even through those times, we've seen cycling artists that have either visited or didn't know that we were doing open mic and is a musician and wanted to showcase some stuff. So
that's great, though. That's a great
networking, because everybody wants to know, like, all right, what's the next play? What's the next move? Okay. Who can I work with? Who sounds good? Who can I collaborate? Who's really good? I'm trying to up my sound. I'm trying to be out there. And just having a spot where we can like lounge and network and talk about things or get to know what's going on in the community. It's actually really, it's cool, you know? And it's not just here. The Lincoln does the showcases, the local showcases, and I meet a lot of the acts through them.
What's been hard about doing a? I can just imagine. Like here, let me just paint the picture for listeners. Here you are in the middle of Wyoming, which has nobody, right? We got more cows than people, and you are doing not just music, but you're a hip hop artist, which we all know Wyoming and its country, but you're doing hip hop in Wyoming. And then you're going to start a recording studio. So now we're niching down and we're going to record. And you're doing more than hip hop, right? You're doing all music. But it's still super niche down. You're not starting a plumbing company, right? You're not like this isn't a real estate thing. This is very niche down, very unique. And some people would say that's not going to work. I'm guessing you've got some stories in there.
A lot of people say studios won't work, but it's more of the energy or effort people are putting into their business. Like, I look at Corey of Lynn Manages Houses as a big influence because not only is like, God bless, she's broken her foot and had like surgery and stuff on it, and she's still out here trying to help set up chairs or like get a sign ready or like getting information and sending emails. And there's always something for you to do as a business owner to be a better business owner. You know what I mean? So I look up to her for like how she does things, but I also have to do things my way because I'm not selling houses or I don't have a lot of business or like properties for rental or anything like that. I have to utilize what I have. So really just getting to it, trying to sell beats, trying to talk to new clients, trying to offer deals where I can, these membership packages where they get 10 hours of studio time and then 3 beats. So it's like more ways of getting my name out there, more ways for them to make music.
Are you just telling people about this? I mean, I guess you keep talking about it, and I think one of my perpetual questions, just because it's such a cool business, is how do you keep that pipeline going, right? How do you just keep customers, folks who are like, I want to record, and then they're out, and then somebody else is like, I want to record. Because if they don't want to record, and you're selling stuff, you're selling your beats.
Yeah, so and merchandise.
And merch, yeah.
So,
and you're doing shows.
So with that. Still, just to keep the pipeline going, it's just like, okay, holiday season's usually pretty slow. So now I'm like, all right, let's do a Christmas album. Let's do something. We put this Christmas album together. We can buy a whole bunch of like CDs for really cheap and then go sell them for Christmas and make some extra income for Christmas. So it's like everyone invests a little bit, but they get to make so much more off of it because it's not just one person that has to invest. It's like 25 to 30 of us investing on a project. And we're not like spending a whole bunch of money on recording. We're just spending money on like getting this hard copies, the physical copies, so then we can make some profit off of it for the holidays, you know? Some sort of inspiration to get us together and make some really good music.
Okay. So you're like, if it slows down, you start creating stuff.
Creating stuff. Like, why cross promoting, throwing shows? So it starts getting slow. We do a Halloween show. All right, cool. After the Halloween show, let's go try and talk to the Outlaw and do a Friendsgiving. Okay, cool. If they're doing something for Toys for Tots, we want in because we're doing a Christmas album. So then we can kind of cross promote, and all these events are getting promoted through each other event. So it's just kind of it's cross promotion, working with other artists that are gonna like tag your business or anything along those lines. Any kind of cross promotion is better than no promotion.
And there it is. That's a question of like the people and the hard work, and you're working with people and you're following through, and then you're creating something new, which causes you to connect with more people. Yeah. That's a beautiful secret right there.
So here, if we work on this Christmas album, we're thinking about doing like some TikToks or some little YouTube reels where we go do Christmas carols and like post a GoPro on like one of the singers so they can see the faces of the people in the doorway, and then one on the doorway so you can see the singers as they're singing this Christmas carols, and then like posting in the Cheyenne community. It's like, hey, we're getting ready to promote our Christmas album. Message your genre, because some people might not want rap as a Christmas carol showing up. But,
come on.
But some people will. And they're like, y'all got rap? Oh, y'all got mariachi Latin music, or you got any country? And then we can just send artists to certain areas. And,
it's a fun idea.
And make it a bigger project than what people anticipated it. And, maybe start a trend or something along those lines.
I really enjoyed that episode. I got to be there. His studio is super cool. Really cool. I really, really enjoyed it. He has a lot of good thoughts on how do you make your dreams come true, even when you just have to make money, and how to just make it. He really had a good way of just even doing hard manual work. And he's like, you know what, I'm going to go after my dreams and start a studio. I mean, that wasn't really his dream, but then he followed his passions. And so I thought that was really cool. So it was fun to be in there and be able to hear his story.
Yeah. Yeah, he's quite the inspiration to us all. We talked for a minute in there on how part of his reason for building a production company was because he just wanted to build his own beats real fast.
Yeah.
When he got an idea while he was working Asphalt, he wanted to get to it. And so he embodied, as we mentioned in the podcast, that idea of catching the idea and honoring that idea, stewarding it. When we get these ideas, that he took action on that. And he built a business. That built him a business. So really just fun to see that example on how he took the voices on the wind concept and applied it. Yeah. So, hey, if you haven't done the whole subscribe, we appreciate it. Share with a friend. Love to hear stories about how y'all are starting your own businesses and starting your own ideas. So I'm excited to hear those. And until then, my friends, happy sailing.